This is my walking horse, Stallion, way back when. I call him Wayne. I'm Ed. And getting him out here. See, he's kind of hustling up here to the mares. So I'm gonna scoot by him, trying to check him back just a little bit. Get him thinking about me. He's not really thinking much about me, so I'm gonna keep him going. All right. We were working on this in the round pen a little bit. We're gonna do some more today. Maybe if Eric gets here in time, we're gonna see. But all right, let's go this way. Come on. There's a manhole cover right there. I don't want to do too much spinning right there. Okay, this way. So now what I'm doing is just disengaging his hind end, working him a little bit. See, he's paying attention to the other horses there. And this is the thing. You got to really work with the stallion's mind and bring him back to you, you know. So I'm choked up a little bit on the reins here, so I can react a little quicker. Gotta hustle him a little bit more. Make this a little bit more uncomfortable for him, you know. Just get him off, get it off his mind here. Okay, let's go. See, he's not like what. Sometimes what he'll do is he'll kind of do a display. I don't know what you call it, like a rearing and a kicking a little bit. Like when we start passing these guys, like showing off, he'll do that. So I'm gonna try to push him through that. Come on, let's go. See how he's looking at that mare there. Come on, let's go. Got to keep him moving. Come on, let's go. Quit your dilly-dallying. See, he's trying to slow down. He's doing what I call turtle walking. Now, so I've got my leg on him and driving him a little bit. Okay, come on. Just push him, keep his mind on stuff. He's a really good horse, this guy. He's really good. It's just natural. It's natural behavior, so I got to keep kind of like setting up different, like controlled interactions, like with other horses, or I don't know if that's not the right word, but you know, controlled exercises. Like I'm going to go by these horses here, and when he loses intention on me, I'm going to work him, and you know, that kind of thing. And so we were doing it yesterday in the round pen. It was really interesting. Eric had our filly Penny, and he had her on the outside of the round pen, and I'd let Wayne kind of go, and when he'd walk over to her or kind of hustle over to her, and then he'd, you know, and he'd do his stallion thing, and I'd immediately start to disengage his hind end, and come on, keep going. I disengage his hind end, and pretty, you know, vigorously, and he doesn't like that, you know. So I mean, that's his kind of, it's one of the things he doesn't like to do, you know. And so it's effective on, you know, getting him to bring his mind back to you, because he doesn't like to do it. And he started to make the connection. It was really interesting. I should have videotaped it, but I was in the process of doing it, and it worked really well. What we ended up doing is he stood in one spot, and then we just let him go, and he would end up going to a different spot in the round pen and just look at her, you know, but he was a distance away. And then what we did, once he was really good at that, and he didn't want to go by her, like he didn't want to just go up to her when she was standing still, what we did then was we moved her. And so Eric moved her down about she was, maybe say she was at 6 o'clock, or maybe she was at 5 o'clock, and we moved her to 3 o'clock, you know, it's a round pen, so you can I think you can understand what I'm saying. So we did that, and when we did that, then he kind of, he wanted to go and visit her, you know. So I'm gonna disengage him a little bit. Nope. There you go. Come on. See, he's got the energy. He wants to go back. So come on. Come on. Pay attention to me. Pay attention. Pay attention this way. Come on. Okay, let's go forward. Come on. He's shaking the cobwebs out of his head. So anyhow, we did that. And then he wanted to go up, and so then we repeated the procedure, the exercise, and got him to where he didn't want to really go by her. You know, he'd look at her the horses are allowed to look, you know. And so then what we did is we started to up the ante, and Eric walked her around the outside of the round pen. She was in a halter and lead rope, you know, and he walked her around the round pen, and he said, let him go. And we were standing in the middle of the round pen, him and I, you know, or I was on him, but he was just standing in the middle of the round pen. And it get to a certain point, and he would just, I got to follow her. So he'd start following her. And then he said, okay, I'm going to stop. And when he comes up to her, you know, gets into her area, he goes, you know, disengage his hind end, really work him. So I did that again. And then, you know, it took like 3 times. Each time he got better at it, you know. And then the last time we moved him, this is really interesting. He started to walk off after her. You know, she was probably a quarter of the round pen ahead, okay? And all of a sudden, he stopped on his own, stopped and let her walk on, and he went, and he just goes, all right, I get it, you know. And we quit it there. So that's one thing that's really important, is to quit your horse when they've done something good like that. And so I actually got off him, took his bridle off, you know, led him right to the tack room, took his saddle off, gave him a real big release, you know, and gave him time to think about it. So he had time to think about it. And so this is the next day. Now there's not horses here right now. And see, he's a really good, I mean, he's a really good horse. And he's such a good-natured fellow. But he, you know, I mean, he's young. I think he's 5 or 6. I think maybe 6. I think he's 6. Yeah, I'll lose track. So he's like in his prime right now as a stallion. He'd be like, this would be the age that he'd be thinking about challenging another stallion to get his own group of horses, you know. And so I'm gonna keep him going. See how he's looking to the right there. He's thinking, go back home. So I put some leg on him, and I'm driving him forward here, and we're going to the trailhead here. So, and see, he's stumbling and stuff. This is him not paying attention. He's really coordinated normally. So that's just him thinking. He's got other thoughts on his head. So he's kind of like half paying attention, and that's why they'll stumble and stuff. But when they really start paying attention, I got my right leg on him now, trying to direct him to the trailhead here. Come on, now get over. There you go. There you go. All right, this way. Watch where you're going. You go right into a tree, buddy. There you go. So I'm just steering with my legs. So yeah, so it was a really interesting video. We're gonna set it up again, and the next time I'll record it, and you know, see how it does. You have to get after them, you know. Some people just don't think you have to do that with horses, but you really do. You got to hustle them and move their feet and get it a little uncomfortable for them, you know. But I don't have a real problem with it as long as there's a light at the end of the tunnel and a release, and it's not, you know, your timing's good, because this is what horses do to each other. They do this to each other all the time. I mean, they move each other around, and you know, they'll lose patience with a with another horse and bite them, and you know, if they didn't take their clue of, hey man, you better move, you know. And I mean, we were just talking about that today, Kevin and I, and he's got some Ed's Miss Sparkle out, and she's a filly he's starting, and she get bite marks all over her, you know. And he goes, why are you letting them bite you, you know? And I said, she's probably not responding quick enough to their, you know, cues, like, hey, move out, you know. And she's not getting it, so she's getting bit, you know. And that's what they do. They don't have any problem doing that. I'm trying to get him to rock back a little bit. There you go. He's doing really well here. Oh. Yeah, so this is whoa. Come on. Pay attention. He saw something and did like a slight spook and a stumble there. There, now he's listening. See how he's listening really well? That's good. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah, good boy. That kind of stuff happens. The key to, and I'm, you know, like I say, I don't claim to be, you know, some expert. I mean, I know a decent amount about horses and have had them for 20 plus years, but I'm not a guy that's, you know, like some of these guys have started thousands of horses and stuff. But I've been really studying it and, you know, working with horses and stuff for quite a while. But I don't have that kind of experience that some of these guys do, you know, who are just starting, you know, a couple hundred horses in a season or something. And you know, but anyhow, where I was going with this is one of the things you want to do is you really want to be as relaxed as you can on your horse. Like have your legs, like right now my legs are pretty relaxed. They're just kind of hanging. I mean, a slight amount of pressure in the stirrup. I mean, maybe a couple pounds, you know, maybe something like that. I'm not, you know, pushing up a bunch. I'm just enough to keep my balls of my feet or, you know, them from sliding out of the stirrups. And I try to be loose, you know, because when you're loose, you know, you have better balance. And if they do something quick, your body kind of just absorbs it like Gumby, you know, and so it absorbs it, and you won't fall off, you know, or hurt yourself as easy. You know, you can still fall off, of course, but so that's something I'm practicing a lot, is trying to get to stay. No, see, he wants to go. No. All right, I'm going to turn him around here. Now this way. Come on. He's telling me he wanted to go this way. He thinks this is ways home. So I gotta keep him out. And I gotta ride him quite a bit. He hasn't been ridden in a while. Like I said, I just did an hour on him in the round pen yesterday, and then the other day I rode him just a little bit. But I've been riding other horses. What is he doing? I think he's pooping. Poop break. And so got to get him out though. Putting miles on him, but he needs a lot. But we're gonna do some of these controlled exercises with the studs and get them all really good like that around other horses and mares and stuff, and you know. So he's doing a little buck thing right there. That's why I held him back. He was doing his, like, he's kind of showing off the buck thing. I've seen him do that, showing off to other horses, like where they jump up in the air and they kind of paw and they kick out. And that's what he just did back there. I don't know if you probably won't be able to tell with the video, but that's what he did. What, dude? What was that? See, you got to pay attention. Just pay attention to me, buddy. If that was a deer, I don't know what it was. I didn't even see it. So I'm gonna hustle in here a little bit. But if you get nervous, you're gonna really make yourself worse. I mean, I'm careful and I'm conscious and cautious, but I'm trying not to be like I would never say I'm worried, you know. But that's why choking up on his reins a little bit too, so my response is a little quicker, so I'm not fumbling with stuff. Eventually I'll get away from all that and ride a more loose rein, but I can kind of tell this is where his mind is right now, so just trying to be smart about it. So I'm doing it with my legs too. He's lagging on his response. So that's why I'm having to take his head away from him a little bit here or there. You know? Yeah, he's blowing out, so he's blowing out some stress. That's a real good sign. You know, I don't know if any of you folks watch Warwick Schiller or not. He's a really great horse trainer, Australian trainer. But he tells this story of this lady when he was in England who was talking about her horse, and she was going out on a hack, and a little rabbit ran across the trail, nothing. Another one ran across the trail, nothing. But the 13th rabbit or something like that went across the trail, her horse lost its mind, threw her, and ran back to the barn. And Warwick said that her horse had a 13 rabbit limit. And it's kind of funny, but what he was talking about is that the horse didn't let go of the stress. And the reason I'm mentioning that right now is you heard him just a few seconds ago or whatever, exhale and do like that. That's him blowing out stress. So that's kind of what I was waiting for. And he's really, you can see how he's calming down now here, going around this tree. He's kind of chilling, you see. So I got my leg on him. He's still not listening. He's still thinking like, I'm gonna head back, you know, or whatever. Got my leg on him. Gotta take his head away. Come on, got my leg on him again. Here we go. There you go. Good boy. Good boy. So this is the kind of stuff you got to do to get him really good. You know, just got to keep doing it. Be consistent. But I really like this horse. I've had him since he was a weanling, I think. Between a weanling and a year, I think. I think I got him when he was a weanling. I can't remember exactly. I love this guy. Him and I have always been buddies. You know. There you go. See how he's turning better there. I'm doing both. I'll try to, if he doesn't give, I'll bend him with my inside leg, and then I put some pressure on the outside leg to get him to move over. There you go, buddy. Good. That's good. All right, let's go down. Let's see how we go down here now. I check him. Wait, slow down. Look, put your brakes on. See, he's still, in his mind, he's back at the barn with Ed's Miss Sparkle. She was in the round pen. He was calling her, you know. Okay. See, he's running through my hands here. Easy. No, run through my hands. I'm gonna put the wall and then I'm release. Okay, now I'm gonna put a wall. Slow down and release. Put a wall. Here, I'm putting a wall because he's speeding up, and release. Wall. I see he was, see how he's pushing against, I'm so you know, I'm holding my hands in a stationary position. He is choosing to push on it and push through it. I'm not like spring loaded. I'm just holding it here, and he's, you know, so see how he's trying some different things. So I'm just holding. It looks, I know it probably, because the GoPro camera is like a fisheye lens, and it makes my hands look more exaggerated than they are. But I'm just holding it. He's leaning on it. He can get off of it. There, he's off. He doesn't have any pressure, but he's choosing to run through it. So now I'm gonna take him through here. See, he's really kind of, in some ways, misbehaving right now, you know. And the way I think about it, I don't think he's a bad horse or anything like that. I just don't think that way. I think what he's doing is he has very strong competing thoughts that are a lot louder than what I'm asking right now and what I want to do. So his thoughts are, let's just get this over with probably and get back to the barn, you know? And so everything in his being is trying to head back to the barn. They call it barn sour, all that stuff. But it's horse nature, because they want to be by their herd mates. That's where they have comfort. And, you know, so that's what he wants to do here. Now he's listening. He's listening to my legs right there. But I could tell, if you see his ears, see how his ears are, they're flicking back to me every once in a while, but see how they're kind of looking forward a lot. It kind of tells you where his mind is. And the fact that he's spooked like that, that's up on the top of the hill there, that's a good indication that his mind is not, he's not present with himself. He's thinking in the future, you know. He's thinking about getting back to the herd mates in the barn and all that. And that's what he's thinking. So he's not thinking, hey, what are Ed and I doing here? You know, he's not. And so his mind is somewhere else. And then all of a sudden he looks up and, holy moly, look at that, you know? What was that? And he jumped, right? Because they can really react fast. And so that's what that's about. And so if you have a spooky horse, you know, you just got to keep getting their attention on you. But I like coming down here and doing this here because it's shady and there's lots of stuff to turn around and to, you know, he has to think, and I mix it up. Like, see, I'm going to go around twice here. See? So, got my inside leg on him because he's leaning on the bit a little. There you go. Yep. See how he's stumbling? It's because he's not paying attention. See? He's just not paying attention. Ooh. There you go. Let's go through here. No. There you go. Yeah. Let's go this way. Yep. And you'll do well, and then you'll do poorly, and then you'll do well and you do poorly. You know, it's just a process. This is what takes the most time, is to do and take the show on the road here, you know, out into the nature, you know. That's when you really start to see what your horse is thinking. No, yeah. I'm going to try to get him to lighten up. See, I got him lightly lifting now, just using my inside leg on there. Instead of pulling hard, I'm just going to use my leg to get him to bend. Same thing here. I'm just there. I got inside leg on him there. So you just got to keep doing this. Sometimes too, if you're riding your horse and if your horse gets real sweaty, I mean, like, you know, say it's not real hot out, but the horses, and you didn't seem to work them that hard, you know, or her that hard. Chances are their nerves, it's nervousness, and they'll sweat more when they're nervous. I think it's because their muscles are tense and everything. It's just harder working, and their heart rate's up probably, and their breathing's up and all that. See, now he's listening right here. He's just started. Yeah, he started listening. Yep. So I'm gonna keep working him. Should people subscribe? They should. Hey, smash that like button and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching.